G'day folks, welcome to another episode of my 4x4. Today we're standing in front of a mighty little Jimny, and I'm really pleased to call the owner of said vehicle in right now. Holly? G'day, thank you very much for bringing it out. Tell the viewers what it is.
So this is a 2020 Suzuki Jimny. It's 1.5 litre petrol engine, and I've just done a few little mods to it as well.
A few little mods. I can tell you now, and you'll see, this is one of the cleanest rigs I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, without any further ado, what we will do is we will take the viewers on the walk around of this vehicle, and we'll start right at the very front with the bull bar.
So this is a ARB steel bull bar. Had it all fitted at ARB. It's just got the little extra fog lamp covers to protect those.
Okay, your ARB bull bar, I've noticed it's almost like a rhino hide on it. Is that standard on these bull bars?
Yeah, there is only one choice with the Suzuki Jimny bull bars from ARB, so there isn't a gloss or any other choice. It's just this matte colour, which I actually really liked. Yeah,
I was going to say, well, yeah, it's really, really nice. But anyway, we digress. Okay, got some lights.
Yep, these are steady Type X spotties. This was my first mod that I did myself.
Wired it all yourself?
Wired it all in myself. I had some help from friends, but
it's all right. Yeah. Congratulations, and always gives you a sense of achievement when you wire something like that yourself for the very first time. Turn it on, and they work.
And it works.
That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Alrighty, moving over, I see we've got a little stubby aerial there.
Yep. So I went with the GME four-wheel drive pack.
Yeah.
So it's a 3.6
yep,
dBi.
3.6 dBi.
Aerial. Yep. And I've got the little system on the inside.
Yep. No worries. We'll have a look at the comms once we move around there. I just noticed it looks. A lot of people are going to take this the wrong way. It looks really cute. I love it. Absolutely love it to death. And they're a really capable vehicle. It's almost like there was a great big GQ and someone washed it and it shrunk. It's awesome.
That's why I liked it, because it kind of fit the car. It wasn't one of these big, long, skinny or fat ones. It just sort of seemed to fit really well with the car.
Yeah, no, it does. Aesthetically, it looks really, really nice. Okie dokie. Well, this is not going to take very long to walk to the side of this one. What we will do now is we'll just migrate ourselves around the side and we'll have a look at tyres and suspension. Okay, well, here we are at the side of the car. Alrighty, what we will do now, I'll ask you, let's start with the tyres and oils.
Okay, so these are just the standard alloy wheels that come with the Suzuki,
yep.
With the BF Goodrich KO2s 235 75 R15s.
Yeah.
So they're pretty wide and chunky tyre. I didn't want to go in mud terrain, it's just a bit too much for driving around town, but they've been fantastic so far.
No, I was going to say the KO2s are a really, really, really good tyre. I used to run those on mine. Suspension, it's obviously not a standard height suspension. What are we running?
Yep, I've had a 2-inch lift put on. It's just the Old Man Emu suspension put on by ARB when I had all the rest of the bar work done.
Yep. Okie doke. And how do you find the lift in the Jimny? Does it make it ride like a brick?
No, it actually improves the suspension, the ride, especially on the roads. And then obviously when we're coming out to places like this, that little bit of extra height is super helpful.
Yeah, well, yeah, the lift on it is super helpful. But yeah, sometimes in the smaller vehicles, your suspension, once you get a lift in, it can be really, really solid.
No, it's good.
So no, that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing I've noticed, a lot of people in the Jeep world name their Jeeps. This is a Suzuki. That's the funniest name I've seen in a long time. You want to tell me about it?
This is JB74W. It's just the model number.
Okay, it's the model number,
yep.
and just for the folks out there in the world that are interested, whereabouts do you get
that? This was just bought by a friend of mine for my birthday. He bought it online. I can't tell you where, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. So it's an online eBay type thing.
Yep.
So look, if you're interested in that, yeah, just jump on eBay. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere.
Yep.
Okay, we'll just take a little bit of a step back now, and we will have a quick chat here prior to looking up. Let's look down. Rock slider.
Rock sliders, once again, ARB.
Oh, okay, ARB. So when you got the package, that all went on?
Yep. The first time I took her out into the rocks, I found out they work really well. So they serve their purpose well.
They absolutely do, and trust me, I run them on mine. The reason I run them on mine is because rock sliders were a lot cheaper than replacing the damaged sills.
Exactly.
Okay, now, this looks like a big old girl. Firstly, Rhino roof racks.
Yes.
Okie dokie. So, we know that. It's just a straight up roof rack. tell us about the awning.
So this is Rhino Rack Batwing Compact. So it's 2.1 metres long. The full 270 wraps around the back. When I got this, my husband and I, we'd used our normal awning many times. Yep. It's a two-person job. When I bought this car, this was for me to go out camping on my own, four-wheel driving on my own. I needed something that I could do on my own, if there was wind, if it was calm, whatever the case was, and I can get this up in probably under a minute, I reckon. I'm not timed myself, but that's what I reckon.
That sounds like a challenge, folks. And it's a challenge that I can't wait to accept because she can do it by herself. Under a minute. Time starts now. Go.
I didn't realise I was actually going to get time doing this.
Oh, you're not. And apart from that, with editing, we can make it take under a minute anyway, no matter what happens.
There you go.
Well, I didn't have a stopwatch on. I haven't got a timer. And I'm not sure that was exactly a minute, but I tell you what, it wasn't far off it.
Yep.
That's wicked. And I love the fact that it's sort of all in proportion with the size of the vehicle. That's wicked.
Yeah, I had to go with the smaller one because I think if I went the standard 2.5,
I'd go
just be ridiculous.
Yeah, three laps around.
Be ridiculous.
But no, that's absolutely awesome.
Yep.
And one thing I actually picked up on, and I want to make mention of it now rather than in our little chat afterwards, you kind of said, this is my toy, this is what I want to go out, and I wanted to be able to do everything by myself. So hubby doesn't come out with you a lot when you run the Jimny?
No, we've got a D-Max as well, so if we're going on a trip together, we generally take his car. But this was, I suppose, like you said, my toy. And he's okay with it, so I'm okay with it.
You got a keeper.
Absolutely.
You've absolutely got a keeper. No, I reckon it's absolutely awesome. Okay, what we will do at this point in time is magic of editing. We'll put that awning down, we'll move around to the back of the vehicle, we'll have a look at the back there, then we'll have a look inside.
Great.
Okay, well, as the viewers can see now, awning's down. Took probably less time to put it down than it did to put it up. At the back here I can see we're all actually fairly standard.
Yep.
Right, so we just kind of brush over very quickly. But one thing I noticed, you don't have a tow hitch, but you do have recovery points on here. You also have recovery points on the front. So I just wanted to highlight to the viewers, really important, guys, that we do have some aspect of being able to recover someone else and have ourselves recovered. So really important. We've got the rated recovery points here at the back because of no tow hitch. Anyway, whilst we're at the back, how about opening it up? Let's have a look at what it looks like inside.
Well, this is my favourite bit.
And have a look at that. All right, I'm just going to stand back. Go.
Right, so I built all of this myself. Try to do as much on the vehicle as I could on my own, apart from stuff that really concerned with safety. Yep. Just with a little bit of help from some handy friends. So I suppose we can start here with the drawer system. I've got a little slide out table. That just is on latching slides.
I was going to say automatic latches.
Yep. Don't want that sliding around. And then got a pretty decent sized drawer here. It's all just made out of ply and a bit of fancy carpet on the outside. I've just got cooking stuff, camping stuff, straps, soaps.
Pretty much everything you need to go away for a quick weekend.
Everything that's in here stays in here all the time. I don't really tend to take things in and out. It's all just set up, it all fits in there. And everything's kind of basically set up just for one. There's only one set of cutlery, only one plate. So if we've got if Adam's coming along, a little bit of a shuffle. But apart from that, that's all.
No problems at all. And and the fridge.
And then, so the fridge, once again, it's just on a handmade tray, just a bit of angle iron that's been welded up with some sliders. Unfortunately, these aren't locking sliders. That's my next thing to upgrade, is to change these into proper locking fridge sliders, because I have to attach my fridge to the front seat to stop it from sliding around. It's a Waco 44 litre fridge.
Right, for one person, that's
For
plenty
one
big
person?
enough.
Yeah, I
Absolutely
was always plenty
big
of room. Currently, there's just beer in there, so I've just got the important things for today.
A woman after my own heart. Just beer in there. I've got something to drink for our talk.
Exactly.
Okay, we just slide that one back in, and maybe we won't slide it back. Ah, yes, I see the problem.
That's something I haven't figured out yet.
That's okay. One thing I notice here, we've got onboard water.
Yeah, so I've just got a little 10 litre jerry with a little tube. I've also got a very fancy, if you don't mind me pulling it out.
Yeah, not at all.
One of my little gizmos.
Oh my lord.
This is my newest little addition. It's a little battery powered pump that just goes in, hangs out, little button on the top to push, and recharges by USB. Can be found on eBay.
So that's gravity fed.
Yep.
Until you plug your pump in.
Yep.
That's wicked. All you need to do now is run it through your fridge so you've got ice water.
Oh, would that?
Hey, happy days are here again. Happy days. No, look, in all honesty, that's a really neat, tidy setup. What limited amount of space you have in the back here, you've used really, really well. And you've got other bits and pieces. I see you've got a snake bite kit, you've got first aid kit, everything. It's all underneath there that you travel with all the time.
Recovery snatch strap here, a little spade, and I've got a little bag of tools, my little axe, got a hammer in the front, everything, and that all stays in there all the time. I don't actually pull any of this out ever. That way you can't forget anything.
If you never take it out, you've always got it with you.
Exactly.
That's absolutely awesome. I'm really impressed. Okay, so what we will do now, we will again use that magic of editing. We'll give it a little bit of a cut, we'll jump in and we'll have a look what it looks like in the office.
Excellent.
Okie dokie, well here we are in the office. And again, I say very, very clean. Surprisingly, there's quite a lot of headroom. Like, you know, I might not be the biggest bloke in the world. no, I mean, let's face it, I'm pretty large and I fit in here quite comfortably. So that's a big tick for the Jimnys. Okay, I don't know what's standard, what's not. So let's just have a bit of a chat through. Let's start, obviously, your comms aren't. What are you running?
Yeah, so this is the GME handheld radio. The little control box is underneath your seat.
Yep.
Just a little small mini one. Works fantastic.
Yeah, no, GME is good quality stuff.
Wanted to go with an Australian brand.
Yep, okay. And is there anything else in here that's out of standard, or is everything else fairly standard?
Everything else I think is fairly standard. I've just got a little switch on over here for my spotties.
That you wired yourself?
That I wired myself, and it says bunny burners. So there's a little bit of fun for you.
Fair enough. This is the cutest little stubby. It's a wonderful little stubby stick, that one.
Yeah, I was really glad that it came with a real stick as opposed to the little buttons that some of the modern cars come with. Yeah,
absolutely. Most of the modern cars have got your little press your buttons here, press your buttons there. No, it's really well appointed. I'll tell you one thing that is really well appointed. That's quite a big head unit there.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. It's got the Android Auto on there, so I've got all my mapping and music and.
Okay, so that runs the whole shooting match.
Yep, just plugs in through the USB.
Yep.
Charges the phone at the same time. It's good.
No problems. And 5-speed auto?
4-speed auto.
4-speed auto?
Probably one of the letdowns of the car is it's not a 5-speed.
Okay, Suzuki, come on, lift your game. 5-speed auto. Way to go.
Struggles up the hills at 110.
Hey, it gets to 110.
Hey, it gets to 110.
Don't complain. Jesus, don't complain. It gets to 110. No, look, it's really well appointed, actually. I mean, you would expect that for a 2020 model car. It looks really, really nice. Everything is just, it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel cheap plastic.
Yeah, no, it isn't. Everything's very sturdily made in here and very comfortable to drive. Yeah,
no, that's absolutely awesome. Okay, so we mightn't have spent a great deal of time inside because it is fairly standard, and if people want to have a good look at it, hey, jump online, get a brochure. What I would like to do now is let's grab a chair, sit down. I just want to have a little bit of a chat to you about what you've done in it, how you find it off-road, and just a few other bits and pieces that we can have a chat about.
All right, sounds good.
No worries. Let's grab a drink. Okay, a couple of quick questions. First cab off the rank, 1.5 petrol.
Yep.
What's your fuel economy like?
It sits around about 10
About
litres
10?
per 100 kilometres.
Yeah, and
A
that's
little bit less around town, a bit more if I'm actually out forward driving.
yeah. Okay, so sort of on average 10.
Yeah.
That's wicked. What size fuel tank?
40 litres.
Okay. And I asked that for a reason, because I've got a 60-litre tank in mine. Don't know who thought it was a good idea to put such a small tank in a four-wheel drive, but you know, you deal with it. But no, 10 on average, sort of 10 litres is really, really good. Couple of things. One thing that we forgot to cover inside there was you've got your fridge. Have you got a second battery and a battery setup?
Yep, I've got a 44 amp hour companion battery with all the plugs, the Andersons and the other plugs that you need, and a 120 watt solar blanket that I can pop out to keep it charged up when I'm at camp.
Really good, and with the magic of editing, I'm sure we'll be able to fit some footage of that in here somewhere. Alrighty, biggest four-wheel drive trip you've done in it?
Probably the one with you guys down to Jaeger doing Jaeger Uphill and Cow Cup off Pemberton there.
Yeah. No, that was a really, really good trip, and I got to admit, took a little while to work out how to turn the traction control off in it, because it is brand new. But once we got that turned off, this thing just ate those sandhills.
Yeah, absolutely flew up.
Absolutely ate those sandhills. Okay, now big question. I'll call it brand new, even though it's 2021, it's a 2020 model. How long did you have to wait to take delivery of a brand new vehicle, particularly in these COVID times?
The Jimny has incredible wait time, even now, a couple of years after it was released. I waited 8 months, and that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, and I know other people with Jimnys and stuff like that, and they had to wait around the same sort of 8 to 12 months to get it in.
Yeah, they're still quoting 12 months, most of the dealers, on delivery. Yeah. The factory just can't keep up with the demand.
Yep, absolutely, because they're a popular little vehicle. I mean, it's almost like everybody's second favourite four-wheel drive is a Suzuki. Whether you drive them or whether you don't, everyone has a soft spot for them, and I can understand why. What is your next? We spoke about it in the back. You're talking about getting a self-locking latch for your fridge and yada yada. But what's your next plans as far as mods are concerned?
The next one is probably not a very exciting one, but getting the diff breather kit fitted.
Yeah, mate,
I've already got the kit, just getting it fitted is the next one. Apart from that, I don't have any really big ones coming up next. I was thinking about upgrading the fuel tank to the Long Ranger 80 litre, but due to all the mods that I've done, and it doesn't have a very high GVM, I just probably couldn't get away with the extra weight of the fuel and the tank. So some sort of secondary fuel storage is also quite high up on the list. Yeah,
rather than carrying jerrys around with you. Being a petrol, it's very difficult to carry jerry cans. I can understand that. Okie doke, look, all I will say is that's a really nice rig. I love them to death.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for bringing it out. Thank you very much for telling all of our viewers here what you've got. And one thing that I will finish here and say, I think, and this is going to sound really sexist and really wrong, so I apologise to everyone if I cause offence, but as an old bloke, I think it is absolutely excellent that we've got a female out in the four-wheel drive tracks, not scared to get out there by herself, not scared to give things a go, and particularly get in, get the hands dirty, and learn as you go, and running your own wiring, running your own cable. So all I will say to that is I think it's great. Congratulations. And again, thank you very much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Not a problem at all. Okay, folks, thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed the walk around of the mighty little Jimny, and we'll see you again next time.